They were born in the same hospital, went to the same kindergarten, attended the same middle school, and in high school they even ended up sitting next to each other. What's crazier is that both their families run mochi shops, and the stores are only one street apart. They're closer than childhood friends. When she was little, Tomako didn't even like mochi. Back then, Machizu loved teasing her. He would shout her nickname all over the street. Every time, Tomako would run home crying, asking why her family had to sell mochi in the first place. Machizu would laugh and call her the mochi shop's dumpling. Her mom would comfort her, saying Machizu only teased her because he liked her and wanted attention. But that happy time didn't last long. Tomako's mother passed away in an accident. After that, Machizu seemed like a completely different person. He stopped teasing her. He would cheer her up with mochi instead. Whenever she needed help, big or small, he was always the first to show up. He even gave her a simple string telephone, telling her that whenever she felt upset, she could talk to him through it. It sounded childish at first, but even in high school, they were still using it, talking late into the night. Tomako has always had terrible balance. Whenever Machizu tossed the paper cup over, it would hit her square in the forehead. She almost never caught it. As they grew older, Machizu slowly started to fall for Tomako. He would secretly watch videos of her on his computer, grinning like an idiot. Anyone could tell, but whenever classmates teased him about it, he would blush and deny everything. Now graduation was approaching. Every senior had to think about their future. Machizu, who loved photography, decided to go to college in Tokyo to study it seriously. His father strongly opposed the idea. Luckily, his mother supported him. She even saw through his true feelings, and told him that before he left, he had to tell Tomako. He decided he would confess to her before going. Meanwhile, Tomako was thinking about her own future. Her friends all had their dreams and plans, but Tomako didn't. She grew up on this lively shopping street. All the neighbors felt like family. She loved her current life and didn't want anything to change, so she chose to inherit the family mochi shop. Machizu hesitated all afternoon, not knowing how to start the conversation. That night, he secretly watched her window. Finally, he made up his mind. If Tomako caught the cup this time, he would confess. And unbelievably, she caught it. Normally she only had a 1% success rate. He felt like even luck was on his side. Just as he gathered his courage to speak, he realized the person at the window wasn't Tomako. It was her little sister. She said she just came to grab a pen refill. In that instant, all his courage disappeared. He decided the next morning he would confess face to face. He even rehearsed his opening line and everything that would follow. But life never goes as planned. On the way to the bathhouse, they unexpectedly ran into each other. Machizu was so startled he dropped everything. Tomako told him that starting the next morning, she had early club practice for an upcoming performance. His morning confession plan was ruined. During school cleanup, Machizu kept sneaking glances at her. Midori noticed immediately. After school, Midori pulled Tomako away and waited for Machizu alone. She confronted him about his feelings. He blushed instantly. Even though it hurt, Midori told him that if he was going to confess, he should do it properly and face Tomako like a man. Because Midori had always been in love with Tomako, but she didn't want to ruin their pure relationship, so she chose to watch from afar. That afternoon, Machizu gathered his courage again, and asked Tomako to meet him by the river. But Tomako, being dense as ever, thought they were going to talk about mochi. She even brought up how he used to bully her there as kids. Back on the bridge, before Machizu could speak, Tomako picked up a stone shaped like mochi, and thanked him. She said that because of him, she went from hating mochi to seeing life differently because of it. Now she wanted to become someone warm and optimistic, just like mochi. Looking at her bright, innocent face, Machizu didn't want to leave any regrets. He grabbed her hand, and told her he was going to Tokyo for college. Then he shouted that he loved her. Tomako was so shocked, she accidentally fell straight into the river. She stood there in the water, stunned, unable to process anything. Machizu pulled her up. Her mind was completely blank. She didn't respond. He ran home without looking back. He barely remembered the walk. All he could hear in his head were his own words echoing. Tomako went home in a daze. She couldn't focus on anything. She even burned the food for the first time in her life. At dinner, anytime someone mentioned Machizu, she would instantly blush. Meanwhile, Machizu was filled with regret. He thought his impulsiveness might have ruined their friendship of over a decade. The next day, Tomako acted completely strange. She couldn't shape mochi properly. She couldn't focus during dance practice. When she saw him in class, she ran away. They didn't say a single word all day. Midori seemed to sense something. At lunch, Midori hinted that when something happens, the best thing to do is face it. After school, Tomako ran into Machizu at the mochi shop. She almost turned away, but remembering Midori's words, she accepted the pastry he handed her. After eating it, she ran off again. Walking home, everything felt the same. The familiar street, the friendly neighbors. Except one thing was missing: Machizu's smile at the window. For the first time, her world felt colorless. Later, Tomako confided in Midori. From childhood until now, they had always been together. Even without blood relation, they felt like family. She couldn't tell if what she felt was love or just friendship. She admired that Machizu had the courage to chase his dream in Tokyo. Midori didn't know what to say. Even though it hurt, she supported whatever Tomako decided. Strangely, once Tomako faced her feelings, she became became even more aware of him. If other girls talked to him, she would rush over. During dance practice, she would secretly watch him, just like he used to do. That's when she understood. She loved him. She just hadn't had the courage to admit it. That night, staring at his closed window, she wanted to talk like before, but Machizu thought he had hurt her. Maybe if he explained, they could at least stay friends. At midnight, he went to the bridge from their childhood, trying to let go. When he returned home, he saw an ambulance in front of Tomako's house. Seeing her helpless expression, he immediately accompanied her to the hospital. Thankfully, her grandfather was fine. Taking the opportunity, Machizu apologized and told her to forget what he had said. Tomako, who had finally made up her mind, didn't know how to respond. The next day, she told her friends everything. Their advice was simple: go after him. But Tomako was even more timid than he was. She couldn't face him. She couldn't even send a text. Even standing at his door, she would back out. Until one night, she found a recording of a love song her father had written for her mother. Back then, her mother reacted the exact same way she was now. But she had gathered her courage, and that's why they ended up together. Finally encouraged, Tomako made up her mind. The next day, she performed confidently at her club event, and even caught the baton she had never caught before. Then she asked Machizu's mother for the string telephone. Meanwhile, Machizu was about to delete all the videos of Tomako. After hesitating for a long time, he still couldn't do it. School was cancelled the next day. Tomako arrived at the classroom early, waiting for him, but the one who showed up was Midori. She told Tomako that Machizu had changed his plan. His train to Tokyo left at 9 a.m. If she hurried, she might still make it. Tears filled Tomako's eyes. This time, she didn't hesitate. Grabbing the string telephone, she ran out of school, sprinting toward the Shinkansen station. Green 2 ran toward the distance, helplessly letting go of her love. At the station, Machizu kept looking back, as if hoping for something. The station was huge. Tomako had no idea where to look. She followed her instincts up the stairs. Just before the train doors closed, she found him.
Machizu! Tomako!
He couldn't believe she was there. In a panic, Tomako threw him the string telephone.
もう一度私